So someone asked me the other day, and I can't remember who, if my wife put shit on me about my airplanes and stuff. And the answer is sort of. She doesn't quite understand why I have so many airplanes, and it's several fold. One of them is to wax philosophic briefly, is that life is a simple story. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, not a whole lot to it. And all the shit that goes on in between has frankly been done before, from happy to sad to mediocre to getting sick to getting well to dying. All that stuff's been done before. And I knew that I was going to retire because I signed a contract. So what I did was, while I had money, I jammed in all kinds of stuff to do, like acquire as much RC stuff as I could get away with prior to retiring. That way when I retire, if something happened, I didn't have any money, I could get by a while, leave it. Ellie, come. Ellie Bain. So I amassed a room full, and I gave myself a and all this stuff I've said before. I gave myself one room full of stuff, and with the prohibition that it can't really spill outside the room. Ellie, come. An internal prohibition. That way and that's something else I need to do on my list of goodies. I need to attack my closet in my model room.
11.7 volts.
Yeah, so that's why I amassed all the stuff I did, not to annoy my wife, who looks at my, it's how women are. I love them to death, but you know, doing this is literally like another woman to my wife. It's taking time away from her, even if I'm just sitting with her. She enjoys my company so much, and I'm not making this up, that she would like me to just stay and hang out with her and stare at the wall. And man, oh man, that don't work for me. She really doesn't have any hobbies. So sitting around the house playing Candy Crush is her hobby, and oh Jesus, that is not my idea of fun. I like being outside when it's comfortable.
4 minutes.
Here in just another couple of months, it's going to be so hot that Tarzan can't stand it. And as I've mentioned so many times before, I'll be getting all my stuff done by
11.5 volts.
noon or 10 a.m., generally 10 a.m. And then I hide in the house the balance of the day. I'm even thinking about that. Instead of air conditioning the house in the entirety beyond 80 degrees, let's say, I'm going to just air condition my porch, which is significantly cheaper and smaller. And then when it's time to, you know, spend time in the house after my wife gets home, let's say,
11.4 volts.
from work, I'll go ahead and air condition the balance of the house. Thinking of ways to save money, because I literally am going to be on a fixed income. You know, today I can go out and make $65 an hour off duty. It's amazing.
3 minutes.
If I went down to Disney World, the most I could hope to make is 15 bucks an hour, being some type of host or security.
11.4 volts.
People like to see you take off and land, but the funny part about it is it's not that hard. You know, touch and goes, you can sit out here and cook batteries all day long doing touch and goes. I just like to fly.
11.3 volts.
This is that E-Flight 3000 milliamp battery, and I should have, you know, really looked closer to the 4S at 3000 milliamp or above for my other planes, but yeah, cheap at $23. You start bumping up, it's
2 minutes.
not that nice. Hey, Alice. Thinking of things.
11.3 volts.
March 1st, my birthday. I'll be 54 years old. How did that happen? The trailer people are supposed to come up. They pooped on me yesterday. Last minute, of course. Pricks. Apologized profusely, but, you know, God almighty, what a way to run a business. You know, if you know you're not going to do it, just send the guy a note. And I have been abundantly pleasant to those people. And I mean abundantly. But I need them to do about a $3,000 warranty job, so you got to be polite. They're threatening to come up on my birthday, and that'll be great. What they're going to do is make, so let's see if you can picture this.
1 minute.
Ferg, you are the man of electricity. I have DC 12 volt input, and it goes into an inverter, which turns it to 120 or 110.
11.1 volts.
Well, none of my outlets are made for that. They didn't wire it for that, those motherfuckers. So, if you're pulled over on the side of the road and you don't want to fire up your generator, you just want to watch TV for a little bit or charge your cell phone, nothing. So they're going to go ahead and wire it up for
30
that.
seconds.
And I've mentioned to you before, the inverter also will allow for, if there is a loss of shore power
11.1 volts.
and your batteries on board drop below a fixed voltage, let's say 10.9.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
What it'll do is it'll turn the generator on automatically. The other thing it'll do is if there's a loss of shore power and it gets too hot or too cold inside the rig, it'll turn that on automatically as well. It's huge. And to do that is about a $3,000 fix. So that's what's happening with me. Also, what I may do, and I may do this, is figure out whether,
11 volts.
here at the house, figure out whether I can actually use a simulator as a fucking adult and teach myself to do rolls and loops and that sort of thing. Timber. My biggest fear, I got two big fears about retirement, is run out of money. That's a big one. And
10.9
I have a number of
volts.
fears, but moreover, becoming bored. But I've been off like 3 weeks in a row and did not give a shit about going back to work. And there's so much to do here in Florida year round that doesn't require money. You know, take a dog for a walk down at the other lake. In fact, carry the plane with you and carry your dog down there. Now, what she won't understand is she can't go in the other lakes.
10.9 volts.
Big fucking alligators eat your dog. So it's all bad. I just love doing this. I wonder if I'll tire of it. So Ferg, as you're driving to work and you're listening to my piffle balderdash and drivel, I don't know how far you are from retirement. I'd probably say a decade, I guess. Or you may never want to. That's the funny thing.
10.8 volts.
What I didn't consider is, as a civilian, you just may enjoy your life so much and you know, people don't want to kill you if you're in a career where people are actually fairly happy to see you, like that of a nurse or a fireman. Yeah, you may never want to retire, but if you're wired similarly to me, you can use this as a roadmap to throwing in the towel. I'm retiring early, and that's a bit of a challenge because if I work just a few more years, you know, I'd have more money. And the downside of that is you don't have any more life on that side, and you may have the unfortuitiveness to die. So let's discuss that as I'm bringing my plane in. The reason they have law enforcement